Hey guys, my name is Yasmina and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I wanted to take a look at the difference between KDP paperback proof copies, matte version versus glossy version. So I have two of my proofs of my debut novel, Hunting Vienna, pre-order links and all that good stuff down in the description if you're interested. But this is an older proof copy I did, which is all battered up because I proofread it. And then this is the final version that I just made, I just unboxed in matte. So I'm still undecided, to be honest, which one I like best. So I'm just gonna go over some differences for you guys in this video. And yeah, maybe you can also help me decide if you're interested. I know back in the day I was looking for videos like this, so I just want to put mine out there just in case anyone else is wondering about the differences and which one is, you know, nicer and more appropriate for your own book, because I do think a lot of it is down to genre and sort of your target audience and that kind of thing. So anyway, without further ado, let's look at some differences. So first of all, I'll also do a top-down view so you can see in more detail, but just because I have my light here, you can obviously see the glossy version reflects the light, so you can see my ring light there, whereas the matte does not. So matte is matte, and this will look much better in, you know, videos and pictures. If you take of it, it won't show that reflection, right? So I'll just give you a close-up here of the matte versus shiny. So you have the two books here. This is the glossy cover. This is the matte cover. Now there's a couple of differences just in design, but that's not to do with, you know, the finish. That's just to do with, I made some changes in between these two versions, but obviously already you can see the way this one reflects the ring light, and this one does not do that at all. I think honestly the biggest thing that I can see is the feel of them. They feel different. They feel like different books. I mean, yeah, this one just feels more buttery and malleable, you know, like I can scrunch it up, I think, more easily. But at the same time, I feel like it also will curl. I think it will curl a lot more easily. I think it's already doing it. I don't know if you can see, but see the sort of front and back cover are a little bit curled already. See? Yeah. And also, I don't know if you can see the sort of pages, the binding. If I just put a, see, it's a little bit wavy. And I can also just give you a look at the back. Again, slight differences in text and design elements, but otherwise same book. I feel like the glossy, and keep in mind this one I've had for well over a year, and you know, it's been read and reread and tabbed and written inside of because I was proofreading it. But this keeps its shape. I don't know how to explain it, but it looks the same. It feels the same as it did when I first received it. It kept its shape very, very well. It's not curling at all. It just, it feels more well bound, I suppose. And this one I literally just opened, right? I just received it, and the front cover curls a little bit, you know, and the pages are a bit wavy. So in that sense, the glossy feels better, or I feel like it would be more durable, this one. But at the same time, I really like the way the matte feels in your hand. So I'm a bit conflicted because I like the way this feels right now, but I do think in time the glossy will hold up better than the matte. And And yeah, I don't know if you can see on camera, the black here in the glossy version is just more, it's more black, it's truer black, versus the one on the matte cover is just a little bit dull, a little bit more gray. Purple is a bit more purple on the glossy. Again, all the colors just pop way better on the gloss. Same for the back, and again, I don't know, I have to figure out if this is the finish or if this is just something I messed up in exporting my file, my design file, but again, the text is crisper on the glossy version versus the matte version. Now, it's a different font, it's different text, but you know, I'm just reading it in person. I don't know if this is going to pick up on camera very well, but reading it in person, it's just the matte version is just that tiny bit more blurry. It's very, very slight. Again, I don't think an average reader will really notice, but I notice. So what I'll do is, because I don't want to give you guys false information, I'm just going to compare this matte version to a couple of my other books, proof copies that are matte, just to see, because I have a feeling this is just my fault. Because, for example, I have another one of my books right here and another one right here. These are both matte. And again, I don't know how well you can pick it up on camera, but in person, both of these are extremely sharp. The text on both of these are extremely sharp, which means that it is not the finish who's at fault, it is me. So clearly I did something different with exporting the PDF for the cover, because these other two are perfect. Either that, or you know what, it could also just be like the printer, because they use different printers. I don't know. All I know is I'll definitely look into this, because this text and this text is both much crisper. I mean, it's perfect. And this is just that little bit blurry, and so I will have to look into that. All right, good. We've established that that it is not the finish that makes it blurry. It is how you export it, because these are perfectly fine. They're perfect. It's really not a big difference, and honestly, the reader will honestly not care. Like, it's so slight that it really does not matter to anyone but you as the author, and obviously to me, because I worked on designing this, so I have to make the decision of which one I like better. But yeah, the colors are a bit brighter and more true to, I guess, the design on the computer on the glossy version. But honestly, the matte is perfectly fine. Like, it's perfectly acceptable. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just in the finish that they have to put on the cover, this just gives it that little bit more brightness versus this one, which is just a little bit more dull. But it honestly doesn't matter. And I think so much of it is based on genre and sort of market and reader expectation. So with mine is a young adult contemporary mystery novel, and in young adult you mainly see matte covers. That's just more of an industry standard. Like, if I look at my bookshelf right now, there's very few glossy young adult novels versus matte ones, and so you have to consider that as well. So I might just go with the matte simply because it is the market expectation. And now, mind you, this is the Amazon KDP version. If you're going with Ingram Spark, even just for expanded distribution, which I will do as well. So if you buy off Amazon, you'll get the Amazon copy. But if you buy from any other store online, the physical version will be from Ingram Spark. And I will make a separate video when I get an Ingram Spark proof copy with differences from KDP proof copies versus Ingram Spark proof copies. So if that's something you're interested in, please do consider subscribing and checking out that video when it's out. But there's going to be differences there, and the average reader will not care. They will not know that there's a difference even between these two. They will just receive the copy that they receive, and if it's a well-produced book, if it looks professional, then they're not going to care about these slight differences. It's more about, again, market expectation, target audience expectation. I think it's important to just fit the market. Matte fits the market for my genre better. So with that being said, these are the noticeable differences to me right now between glossy and matte. Let me know what you think. Which one do you prefer? What is the genre that you're writing in, and what is the sort of market expectation in that genre? And yeah, just let me know your thoughts. Like I said, I will most likely just go with matte version simply because that is the market expectation, and I will definitely fix the PDF for the cover so that it's a bit more crisp because clearly I can do it. I don't know what went wrong when I exported it this time. But yeah, that was my comparison video. I really hope this was helpful. Let me know your thoughts down below. Which version do you prefer and which one do you think will be right for your book? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time with a new video. Bye.